students, today we are going to discuss on the new chapter control and coordination. In this chapter, students, all of you study about the control and coordination in animals and plants. First, I take the meaning of control and coordination. If we are talking about the control and coordination among the organisms, then the first thing is stuck in our mind. This is a kind of system where any organs unite to perform a specific function. Students, in multicellular organisms, the cell unite to form a group of tissues or organs that perform a specific function. Likewise, if you are taking the example, then the liver cells helps in the detoxification of the harmful substances that are formed after the metabolic activities inside the cell. These nitrogenous based substances further intake by the blood, and from the blood it passes to our kidneys. Our kidneys separate these nitrogenous substances from the bloodstream and further passes for the excretion. Thus, students, these organs how could perform the one by one action randomly and orderly? There is a relation found between these organs that is called coordination. And the control over these organs is determined by the two types of system. First one is the nervous system and the second one is the endocrine system. Let us know about these systems. First, nervous system, and the second one is, students, the endocrine system. First, here we are going to introduce about the nervous system and the endocrine system. The nervous system is a electrochemical kind of system. In such system, the nerve cells carry out the nerve impulses that are helpful in the transmission of the response against each and every kind of stimuli that we gain from our atmospheric surrounding. And the students, endocrine system, this is also a chemical based, you can say that chemical messengers are secreted by the special kinds of glands that are called endocrine glands. These chemical messengers are also known as hormones. Hormones are the kinds of chemical substances that secrete from the endocrine glands, and they not only control and coordinate the kind of organs or affected cells, but also helps in the performing the growth, development and such type of activities in plants as well as in animals. This kind of system is found in both animals and plants, but the nervous system, the first type of coordination system, is only found in the animals. Now, students, we are further going to know more about the endocrine glands and hormones. After that, we are going to comparative study of the nervous system. First of all, the endocrine glands. Students, endocrine glands are the ductless glands. They secrete a special type of chemical substances known as hormones. Hormones initiates the kind of our cells are, you can say that target cells that are performing a specific function against any kind of response or stimuli. Now students, the endocrine glands are such as thyroid, adrenal gland, thymus gland, pituitary gland, like many more glands you have to study in this chapter one by one. Now we are going to know what is chemical messenger or hormones. Hormones, these are also known as the chemical messengers. Students, the term hormones was firstly given by Funk. Funk was a biologist, molecular biologist who gave the term hormones. Now students, what are hormones? Hormones are the kind of chemical substances that are secreted by the endocrine glands. These glands do not have duct, that's why they are known as ductless glands. Then how they secrete their substrate? They secrete their substrate directly into the blood stream. Yes students, they secrete their substrate, means hormones, into the blood stream, and through blood stream the special types of hormone is passes to the target cells. The cells that accept the stimuli and have ability to give response against such type of stimuli are known as target cells. Students, thus hormones helps in the control and coordination of substances. Let us take an example of control and coordination from our basic life. Students, as I know that most of the students comes to school with bicycle. Students, when you riding on bicycle, what you experiencing? What you experiencing? Even you experience to drive or to ride on a bicycle, what kind of organs unite to perform this kind of function? Yes students, during riding the bicycle, your hand, your eye, your ear and your brain as well as your foot, that are the organs unite and coordinate to perform the riding of bicycle or this activity of riding the bicycle. How and what kind of connection are join these organs to perform such a function? These are controlled and coordinated by the nervous system that is consist of the brain and the spinal cord, and the kind of nerve impulses that are arises from the brain nerve cells and initiate each and every organ of your body which are used for performing such functions. For example, your hand as well as the finger, when you take breath, when you take on your speed or take off your speeds, as well as during paddling the paddles by your legs. Like each and every activities are controlled and coordinated by the nervous system. Now students, what important role performed by the hormones? If a sudden kind of harm or activities or any kind of crowd is heard or seen by you in the places or in your park, then your ear heard the sounds and gave response against them. These responses may be based on chemical substances or hormones or nerve impulses. Now students, further we are going to know the characteristics of hormones. What are the characteristics of hormones? Characteristics of hormones. Students, the important characteristics of hormones are as follows. First, it is secreted by the endocrine glands which are ductless. Next, hormones cannot be taken. Hormones, or you can say that hormones are only synthesized in the endocrine glands of our body. Endocrine glands of our body. They cannot be taken by food. They cannot be taken by our food as we take enzymes with our foods. Hormones only initiates the cells or organs where they have to perform function, any function or responses against stimuli. Next, students, hormones are the derivatives of protein, steroids, and amino acids. They are also, some of the hormones are also derivatives of eicosanoids. Hormones are derivatives of proteins, steroids, and eicosanoids. Students, once hormone is secreted, it cannot be reabsorbed by the endocrine glands. And when the endocrine gland secretes the hormones, they directly secretes them into the bloodstream, through which they goes or carries to the targeted cells, organs or tissues where the kind of stimuli was intake from the internal or external body or surrounding. Now students, today we are also know the differences between hormones and enzymes. Yes students, this is compulsory to know about the differences between the hormones and enzymes to understand this chapter very well. Students, as I take the characteristics of hormone and I also explain the comparative difference between the enzymes. First, I take it is secreted by the endocrine glands. It means the hormones are secreted by the ductless glands. But students, enzymes are secreted by the exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are ductful glands. They have ducts and they secrete their substances to the certain cells or the organs of the body where they have to perform their function. Next, students, hormones are only synthesized in the endocrine glands of our body and they cannot be taken by our food. But students, enzymes can be taken with the help of our diet, meal, or you can say that food. Various kinds of enzymes are present in our diet or foods. So students, enzymes can be taken with the help of food, but hormones are only synthesized into the endocrine glands of our body. They cannot be taken from the out sources. Okay? Next, hormones only indicate the cells or organs where they have to perform any function or to give response. But students, enzymes are secreted by the glands, exocrine glands. These glands are always present at the organs where they have to perform their function. For if we are taking example of digestive glands, as we studied in the previous chapter, the liver that stores its bile into the gallbladder, the gastric juice which are secreted by the gastric glands of the stomach. Now students, the another characteristics, hormones are derivatives of proteins, steroids and eicosanoids. But students, enzymes are the only derivatives of proteins. Hormones, once used, they cannot be reabsorbed by the endocrine glands. But enzymes are utilized again and again by the glands. For example, the bile juice, after performing its function, get reabsorbed into the gallbladder with the help of hepatic duct. But hormones do not perform such functions. Thus, students, today's topic will be discussed on the control and coordinations and the endocrine glands as well as hormones and what is the comparative difference between the hormones and enzymes. Ahead topic will be based on the control and coordination system in animals. Thanks students for joining today's lecture.